International Ayurveda Congress, 1st and 2nd April 2017, London.
So Dr.Sarvpreet Singh, he works at Arogya Mandir Ayurvedic Center in New Delhi.
Well, today my topic is brain health and Ayurvedic perspective. Relevant topic because this is 1st of April and world is celebrating Fool's Day. So this is a very good and relevant topic, brain health. Brain health and Ayurvedic perspective. Now, first of all, what is brain health? Brain health refers to the ability to remember, learn, plan, concentrate, and maintain a clear, active mind. So the brain is the most complex organ as well as most important also. So that's why keeping it healthy is critical, especially as you get older. According to Ayurveda, we can divide aging process or jara into two groups. One is Kalaj jara and the next one is Akalaj jara. Kala jara when the aging is on time and Akala jara when there is premature aging or early aging. The appearance of signs and symptoms of jara before the age of 60 years may be defined as Akala jara, and it occurs before the scheduled age. And nowadays you can see a lot of such persons. So this is healthy human brain and this is aged and human brain. Now, the diseases like Alzheimer's disease, dementia, multiple sclerosis, and Parkinson's, these are the formidable challenges for the aging population. The degeneration of the brain is another chapter in the textbook of modern chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, bowel disease, etc. These are the results of modern lifestyle, environmental exposures, and risk factors. Well, now, what are the factors which are responsible for such neurodegenerative diseases? First of all is Visha or toxins. Toxins, it may be environmental exposures of the chemicals, heavy metals, solvents, and which Ayurveda describes apatya ahar. It may be preserved, canned, spicy food, and apatya vihar, exposure to radiations. All these are act like toxins, and this is very harmful for the brain and causing early degeneration of the brain. Then the second important factor is psychological and emotional factors. The thought process, it has a profound effect on the activities of the hormones and the physiological balance in the body. Now this is something very interesting. People who are very critical, rigid, aggressive, or angry tend to develop neurodegenerative diseases. Now again I am becoming more specific. Those who have anger and express through harsh words tend to have more Alzheimer's-like conditions, while those who have anger and keep it stuffed in, they have Parkinson's-like conditions. And patients with multiple sclerosis are often affected by mental and emotional trauma in past or present. The third important cause is persistent inflammation. Well, inflammation, this is an important tool for the body to degrade toxins and fend off infections and promote healing, basically. But when it becomes out of balance or when it is excessive or prolonged low-grade inflammation, it causes tissue degeneration, that is called dhatu kshaya in Ayurveda, or tissue damage, which is dhatu paka. This is multiple sclerosis, healthy brain, Alzheimer's. Now, what is the expression of aging brain? Impaired memory, reduction in efficacy of neural transmissions, disturbance in speech, loss of confidence, cognitive problems, psychological imbalance, etc., all of you know. Now, what is the aim and objective of my presentation? To prove the efficacy and relevance of Ayurvedic treatment modalities in the restoration and maintenance of brain health. Materials and methods Number one, Ayurvedic concept of brain, Ayurvedic concept of Dhi, Dhriti and Smriti, and the third one is Ayurvedic concept of Am, Pachana and Rasayana. Well, to understand the brain, there is no direct evidence or reference. We have to study it through doshas and dhatus. We have to study pranavayu, udanavayu, sadhak pit, tarpa kaf, majja dhatu, medo dhatu, rakta dhatu and vasa, which can be correlated with a kind of fatty tissues. We have to study all these concepts of Ayurveda to understand the Ayurvedic viewpoint of brain. Well, the Ayurvedic description of functioning of brain in normal state, pranavayu gives stimulation to indriyas, the senses, for perception and conduction of impulses. Then udanavayu is responsible for enthusiasm, memory, initiation and urja, that is in energy. And sadhak pit is responsible for intellectual activities. And tarpak kapha, it nourishes all senses. And rakta is supplier of nutrients. We get the nutrients through blood. And medo dhatu and vasa, it provides suitable environment, and majja acts as a substratum for all activities. So when all these doshas and dhatus, these are in proper status or in balanced state, then brain is in active phase. And with this active and balanced brain health, one can perform appropriate cognitive and behavioral functions. And Ayurveda has mentioned this concept as Dhi, Dhriti and Smriti. Now, Dhi means learning and comprehension. Dhriti means processing and retaining knowledge. And Smriti means memory or recall. And Acharya Charka has clearly mentioned that if these three factors get deranged, then a person does unhealthy and inauspicious deeds, which is termed as pragyaprad. And this is the foremost reason of any kind of physical as well as psychological disease manifestation. In Ayurveda, the digestive process is considered central to the development of good quality of tejas, ojas and prana. This is very important thing, the brain-gut connection. According to Ayurvedic wisdom, byproducts of poor digestion, which we call ama in Ayurveda, it is considered toxic to the body and overall well-being. If these toxins or ama enter into the general circulation and lodge into certain tissues, this can interfere with proper functioning of the bodily systems. For example, as far as brain health is concerned, in modern medicine, a particular substance associated with Alzheimer's disease is called amyloid beta peptide plaque. And from an Ayurvedic perspective, this plaque formation is a byproduct of poor digestion at various levels, gastrointestinal tract, tissue level, cellular level, mental level. Therefore, in order to keep the brain healthy and free of these toxic byproducts of poor digestion, that is ama, it is important to maintain a healthy and balanced digestive function. So, digestion is important for your good functioning of the brain. These are the amyloid plaques, which is ama according to Ayurveda and responsible for Alzheimer's disease. And causative factors for brain aging sum up, we can say that excess consumption of tikshana substance and deficiency of snigdha substance. So now what is this tikshana? Well, alcohol and various preservative, these are the examples of tikshana guna. And this damages brain tissue, and it leading to dhamani and shira shaithilya according to Ayurveda. And this is the most important factor. And deficiency of snigdha substance, well, when you don't take good fat, then it creates roksha and roughness, and it leads to degeneration or dhatukshaya. This is the aging process in brain. And well, these are the results. When brain gets deranged, then there are cognitive problems as well as behavioral problems, which you can easily find from internet. Normal age-related changes in the brain, well, reduction in brain size, reductions in efficiency of neural transmission, age-associated memory impairment. Now, what is the line of treatment? Now on the treatment. Structural restoration, because brains and the functional restoration. Structural restoration is through Rakta, Prasadana, Medho Poshana, good fat, Majja Poshana. And functional restoration is activation of Tarpa Kapha for proper functioning of the Indriyas. Now, it has been observed that there are multiple factors which are responsible for the deterioration of the brain health, such as ama, apathya vihar, harmful radiations, environmental toxins, mental and emotional traumas. So the treatment is also multifactorial. According to Ayurveda, it includes Shirodhara, Shirobasti, Ayurvedic brain tonic herbs, diet and lifestyle modification. But don't forget to differentiate between Sama and Nirama status, that is inflammatory and degenerative status, before initiating any kind of treatment. So this is Shirodhara, tonic herbs. There are a lot of herbs, lot of medicines available, but the only thing is you have to take it under strict supervision of well-qualified Ayurvedic doctor and Vaidya. You may take the photographs, but don't take it at your own. So healthy fat is for healthy brain and cow ghee. All these are the things which you need. We have various treatments, but the thing is, I have to say now thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Singh. People could speak with him afterwards. That was a lot of information.